Go.
Welcome to the AP Calculus class. My name is Luis Valladares, and today I'm going to be introducing you to differentiation in the quotient rule. Differentiation is the study of derivative. I will be telling you what derivative is in a couple of minutes. The quotient rule is one of the rules that we use to take the derivative of a function f of x. Let's proceed, shall we? Here we are. Like I told you in the beginning introduction, important tips that you might want to hear about before you start taking derivative of a function f of x. In calculus, like I said earlier, is differentiation is the study of a derivative. Of course, what is the derivative? Well, the derivative is the study of rate of change, the slope of a tangent line, and the difference in quotient. The quotient rule, like I said earlier, is used only for certain functions, not all. Only with and when you have fractions. Let's go on. Now, we have to be cautious. The quotient rule doesn't show itself every day. We have to look for it. Let's go look for her. Where is the quotient rule at? It should be somewhere here. Here it is.
I am the one and only quotient rule.
Oh, here we are. Hey, quotient rule. All right. Like I said earlier, the quotient rule doesn't show itself often. Okay, let's see. We're here. Thank God we are. Okay, the quotient rule is a rule, like I said earlier. And I'm going to tell you what the formula is so you can use it for later on. It says, it's like this. We have f of g, derivative x. And it's a fraction, like I told you. It's g of x. And take the derivative of f of x minus g of f of x. Take the derivative of g of x over gx squared. And it means this: if f and g are differentiable functions, then g over g, f over g, is differentiable for all x's, such that g of x cannot be equal, which means you cannot have a zero in the bottom because it will be undefined fractions, like you guys all know. Oh, and it reads, this R reads like this: the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. Now, the quotient rule has a little section over here. If you proceed over here, please, thank you. Now, we're gonna do some of the quotient rule exercises, and we will not, like I said earlier, we will not be finding the tangent, the slope of the tangent line, nor the difference in quotient. We will just be doing the basics of the quotient rule. Later, you will be introduced to finding the slope of the tangent line and the quotient and difference in quotient. Thank you. Here we are. This is one of the quotients rule exercises. Compute the derivative of. However, like I said earlier, differentiation is a big process, and the quotient rule is not only one of the one and only rules that we use. There's more. That's why you have to read the directions when you do this. I say it again, read the directions when you do this. compute the derivative of f of x equals x over x plus 1. Now we will be doing it. Compute the derivative means to take the derivative of the function. Here we are. Now we will be using the quotient rule, like I said earlier. This, the top, is f over g, like I said in the formula earlier. Now, this is the function again. We will be step by step. This is this. Now, let's use a quotient rule, like I said in the bottom, and earlier. Take the derivative of f of x. Now, this is the quotient rule. The bottom will be g, which is x plus 1 over here times take the derivative of the top. This x is right here, you see? Derivative of that. Minus x, which is the top, times the bottom, which is g. The top is always f. So this is f, this is g. The derivative of g, x plus 1, over the bottom, x plus 1 to the square root. Now, we go down. The same thing, take the derivative of this, the same thing. It's just now that we have not put all of this, the same thing. Now, we have x plus 1 minus 1x. What happened was that we saved all this time because in calculus we have to memorize some of the differentiation rules which can help us skip from this to this. But since introducing to you today is the new topic, we can't go further. We have to go step by step. Now, differentiation rules. D over dx, x is always equal to 1 in calculus. That's why here, when we did this, x, the derivative of x, it's 1. So when we have x, it's up to be 1. That's why we have all other ones over here. And then, this rule, the constant rule, is always equal to 0. Whatever number you have, it's always be equal to 0. So here, you have this, x plus 1 is only 1 plus, is only x, which means here it is. All this is only 1 because x is always 1, and the constant rule says that all these will be nothing, will be 0. So you only have 1 because the x, the derivative of x is 1. Now, all this is over here. What happens now that we have this? We use the collect-like terms that you guys all should know. What happens is that here we have x minus 1x. As you know, we can cancel these. All is cancel. So we have 1 in the top. We have 1 over x plus 1 to the second power. That's our answer. Now, we have just computed the derivative. Now, I want you to try one by yourself at home, if you can. But since our first day here, I want you to introduce to you myself. Let's go back. And the coaching room has prepared one of our exercises for today. Can you go over here? This one? Thank you. Now, look at this. This is another exercises. Like I said, we're just computing the derivative, which means we have this function now it's the derivative of. We're gonna proceed. Like I said, you will get 3 minutes to do it. Alright, we are back. We are back to the exercise. I gave you 3 minutes just to see if your knowledge was capable of remembering all the stuff we did. But don't worry, you'll get your chance to do it alone in a couple of days or class sections you guys have. Now, I'm gonna go over like I said. Now we are going to do this function, compute the derivative, which means taking the derivative of. Now, let's do it. We will start by doing this. It will just copy the same thing. Again. Now this is the real work. The derivative of this. So now, you guys all know that this is f, this is g. Remember, the bottom is always the first thing you do. So the bottom is this times the top, which is x. Minus the top. No, I forgot something. The derivative of x. I forgot that. It was on purpose. Just to make sure you guys remember that. Now, the top, which is x times the derivative of the top of the bottom, which is x minus 2 over the bottom. Like that. Now, we are going to take the derivative off. We're going to skip the things that I told you we were going to skip. And we will go directly to one of the major things. Alright. Got that. We have that. What happens, like I told you, is similar to the first one that we did. What happens here is that we have to cancel like terms. Now, we're given negative 2 over x minus 2 to the square. That's computing the derivative. Thank you for being here today. This is Levi Doris, differentiation in the quotient rule.